Hi, everybody. How are you? Oh, boy. It's Tucked In Tuesday. I'm live. I'm in my office. So, just in case you wonder where I'm at, I just got done with a meeting and I'm coming to you live right now. So, how do you know we're live? Because if you and I look up in this corner up here, you can see that I am live. I'm going to quick do a shout out to make sure that all of you guys know I'm going live. So, hold on a second. I'm going to send your families a message to tell them that we're going live. So hang out here with me. Hold on. Hi, Bryn. How are you, sweet Pete? Thanks for waiting. I'm just going to let our friends know that it's time for Tucked In Tuesday. Hi, May. How are you, sweet Pete? It's good to see you. Oh my gosh, I think I have so many. Oh, hi, Emery and Wells. I'm glad you guys are here. Hi, Lila. I'm glad you're here too. Hold on a second. I'm going to see if I can do a quick email to everybody to say hi that I'm going live. Hi, Adeline and Rayleigh. Hi, Madeline. Hi, Killian and Piper. Hi, Mason and Maverick. Mrs. Gluck. Hello. Mrs. Gluck is here. That is very fun. I'm having a hard time getting my Power Schools to load, Mrs. Gluck, so I'm going to see if I can get through to everybody to say hi. Hi, Ava. Oh, Miss May, are you wondering if I'm at school? Yes, I am still at school. I had a meeting that I had to go to, and our meeting just got done, and then I was afraid if I tried to get home right now, that I wouldn't be able to make it. Mason and Maverick's grandma. Well, hi, Grandma. It's nice that you came too. How cool is that, you guys? I'm just going to see if I can close a couple more tabs, you guys, so I can send out a message to our families to make sure that everybody that is here can come. So I'm almost there. Let me see if I can try it one more time to see if I can get a Power School blast. It's Power School's just being funny today. Hi, Rory. Hi, Coraline. Hi, Jax. Hi, Charlotte. And Whitley says hi. I say hi to you too, Miss Whitley. So, I'm going to up. Hi, Ferals. I'm glad you guys are here too. So, I'm really glad they're here because as they were at this meeting, the girls were at a meeting with me. And as they were walking out, Kennedy's like, Mrs. R, can you read this book? And I was like, ooh, it's one of my favorite books. So, yes, I can read it. And Kennedy, this one's dedicated to you because this was your idea. So okay, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, spectacular book. And you probably watch this movie. Oh, Merrick. Well, that's very nice. Your grandson is Merrick and you're here, Penny. Nice to see you. And George is here and Caden is here. And Aunt Nancy's here. Hi, you guys. So I love, love, love Dr. Seuss. He's always fun to read because when you read him, it's kind of like a song. It kind of is sing-songy because of the way he writes his words to rhyme, which is always fun to read. And The Grinch has always been one of my favorites to read to kids. So tonight, Kennedy, this one's for you. Blasting off our holiday reading today from my heart to your heart. Oh, you guys have watched a movie? I know. It's such a good movie, too. The cartoon or the movie? Well, there's so many cartoons of it. But the original cartoon. Because you guys don't remember, because you guys can watch these whenever you want, but when I was little, The Grinch was on one time. And if you missed it, you felt really bad. Or if Charlie Brown was on one time. So you would get around and wait for it to come on and be like, oh, so I'm ready to read How the Grinch Stole Christmas by Dr. Seuss. Oh my gosh. Do you want to know when the book birthday is for this one? 1957. 1957. So I was born in 1968. So it's over 10 years older than I am. So I'm 55. So 65, 66 years old. Oh, this book. It's been around for a long time. A favorite. Rory has read this book. I'm glad. Jasper, hello. I'm glad you're here. And Bon and Ray are in the house. And Luke is here too. Hi, Luke. Every Who down in Whoville liked Christmas a lot. But the Grinch, who lived just north of Whoville, did not. The Grinch hated Christmas, the whole Christmas season. Now, please don't ask why. No one quite knows the reason. It could be his head wasn't screwed on just right. It could be perhaps that his shoes were too tight. But I think that the most likely reason of all may have been that his heart was 2 sizes too small. Miss Fox, hi, I'm glad you came over too. And Coop's here, and Willow and Adela. Well, but whatever the reason, his heart or his shoes, he stood there on Christmas Eve hating the Who's, staring down from his cave with a sour, grinchy frown as the warm, lighted windows below in the town. For he knew every Who down in Whoville beneath was busy now hanging a mistletoe wreath, and they're hanging their stockings, he snarled with a sneer. Tomorrow's Christmas. It's practically here. Then he growled with his grinchy fingers, nervously drumming. I must find some way for Christmas to not... Oh, sorry, I gotta go back and read this. I must find some way to stop Christmas from coming. For tomorrow, he knew. Hi, Uncle Chuck. And hi, Levi. All the Who girls and all the Who boys would wake bright and early. They'd rush for their toys, and then, oh, the noise, the noise. That's one thing he hated. You say it with me, noise. Oh my gosh, the drumming and the toys. I bet your house is kind of like that on Christmas sometimes, yeah? I know, when the girls were little, our house was definitely like that. Then the Who's, young and old, would sit down to a feast, and they'd feast, and they'd feast, and they'd feast. They would feast on Who pudding and rare Who roast beef, which was something the Grinch could not stand in the least. And then they do something he liked least of all. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, would stand close together with Christmas bells ringing. They'd stand hand in hand, and the Who's would start singing. They'd sing and they'd sing and they'd sing. And the more the Grinch thought of this Who Christmas sing, the more the Grinch thought, I must stop this whole thing. Why, for 53 years I put up with it now. I must stop Christmas from coming. But how? Then, oh, you do this. Can you make your be like the Grinch? Then he got an idea. An awful idea. The Grinch got a wonderful, awful idea. Oh, he's so sassy. I know just what to do, the Grinch laughed in his throat, and he made a quick Santa Claus hat and a coat, and he chuckled and chuckled. What a great Grinchy trick. With this coat and this hat, I look just like old Saint Nick. All I need is a reindeer. The Grinch looked around, but since reindeers are scarce, there was none to be found. Did that stop the old Grinch? No, the Grinch simply said, if I can't find a reindeer, I'll make one instead. So he called his dog Max, and he took some red thread, and he tied a big horn on top of his head. Oh, Max. He's one of my favorites. Hi, Emily, Nathan, and Anna. Hi, Jackson and Amelia, and Brooklyn, and Tony, and Reese and Bristol. Hi, you guys. Then he loaded some bags and some old empty sacks on a ramshackle sleigh, and he hitched up old Max. Then the Grinch said, giddy up, and the sleigh started down toward the homes where the Who's lay a snooze in their town. All their windows were dark. Quiet snow filled the air. All the Who's were all dreaming sweet dreams without care. When he came to the first little house on the square, this is stop number 1, the old Grinchy Claus hissed, and he climbed to the roof, empty bags in his fist. Ooh. Then he slid down the chimney, a rather tight pinch, but if Santa could do it, then so could the Grinch. He got stuck only once for a moment or two. Then he stuck his head out of the fireplace flue, where the little Who stockings all hung in a row. These stockings, he grinned, are the first things to go. Clink, 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 clink. Then he slithered and slunk with a smile most unpleasant around the whole room, and he took every present, pop guns and bicycles, roller skates, drums, checkerboards, tricycles, popcorns, and plums, and he stuffed them in bags, and the Grinch very nimbly stuffed all the bags one by one up the chimbley. I love Dr. Susie words. I like to make up words like that. Do you guys do that too? I do too. Hi, Miss Lexi. How are you? Then he slunk to the icebox. He took the Who's feast. He took the Who pudding. He took the roast beef. He cleaned out the icebox as quick as a flash. Why, that Grinch even took their last can of Who hash. He's so sassy. Then he stuffed all the food up the chimney with glee. And now, grinned the Grinch, I will stuff up the tree. Oh. This is my favorite part. And the Grinch grabbed the tree and he started to shove when he heard a small sound like the coo of a dove. He turned around fast and he saw a small Who, little Cindy Lou Who was no more than 2. That Grinch had been caught by this tiny Who daughter who'd gotten out of bed for a cold cup of water. She stared at the Grinch and said, Santa Claus, why? Why are you taking our Christmas tree? Why? But you know, that old Grinch was so smart and so slick. He thought up a lie, and he thought it up quick. Why, my sweet little tot, the fake Santa Claus lied. There's a light on this tree that won't light on one side. So I'm taking it home to my workshop, my dear. I'll fix it up there, then I'll bring it back here. And his fib fooled the child, and he patted her head, and he got her a drink, and he sent her to bed. And when Cindy Lou Who went to bed with her cup, he went to the chimney, and he stuffed the tree up. Oh, hi, Mom and Dad. Then the last thing he took was the log for their fire. Then he went up the chimney himself, the old liar. On their walls he left nothing but hooks and some wire, and the one speck of food that he left in the house was a crumb that was even too small for a mouse. Then he did the same thing to the other Who's houses, leaving crumbs much too small for the other Who mouses. It was 15:15 dawn. All the Who's still abed, all the Who's still a snooze, when he packed up his sled. Packed it up with their presents, the ribbons, the wrappings, the tags, and the tinsel, the trimmings, and the trappings. Oh, my goodness mercy, look at that. He has so much stuff, and Max, 3,000 feet up the side of Mount Crumpet, he rode with his load to the tip-top to dump it. Pooh-pooh to the Who's, he was grinchiously humming. They're finding out now that no Christmas is coming. They're just waking up. I know just what they'll do. Their mouths will hang open a minute or two. Then the Who's down in Whoville will all cry, boo-hoo. You say that. Boo-hoo. That's a noise, grinned the Grinch, that I simply must hear. So he paused, and the Grinch put his hand to his ear, and he did hear a sound rising over the snow. It started in low, and then it started to grow. Look at Max with his hand there, too. But the sound, you guys, it wasn't sad. Why, the sound sounded merry. It couldn't be so, but it was merry, very. He stared down at the Whoville, the Grinch popped his eyes, and he shook. What he saw was a shocking surprise. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, was singing without any presents at all. He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came. Somehow or other, it just came the same. And the Grinch, with his Grinch's feet ice cold in the snow, stood puzzling and puzzling. How could it be so? It came without ribbons, it came without tags, it came without packages, boxes, or bags, and he puzzled 3 hours till his puzzler was sore. Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't thought of before. Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas, perhaps, means a little bit more. And what happened then? Well, in Whoville they say that Grinch's small heart grew 3 times that day. And the minute his heart didn't feel quite so tight, he whizzed with his loud through the morning bright light, and he brought back the toys and the food for the feast, and he himself, the Grinch, carved the roast beast. Oh, that's a good book, Kennedy. A round of applause for my friend Kennedy. Oh, that's a favorite. I love reading that one. Kennedy, thank you for suggesting it. You guys, it's already time for me to say goodbye. And hey, I'm so happy you came over. And you know what? You guys came over without me even telling you that it was time for Tucked In Tuesday. So that makes my heart grow 3 times tonight because you know this is our time when we get together each Tuesday. So it's time for me to scoot. I gotta head home. It's probably time for you guys to get ready to go to bed. So I'm gonna check and make sure I got a chance to say hi to everybody. Oh, hi, Grandma Farrell. I'm glad you. Oh, you love the book too. You probably remember watching the show like me. Oh, I see a lot of people saying they liked it. Oh, Times Bread likes it times 10. Oh, I'm glad, Nicholas. I'm glad you liked it too. I love you too, Miss May. Oh, I'm glad you guys love the book so much. Well, are you ready? You ready to say goodbye? Now, before you go to sleep and you're getting tucked in, will you tell that person you know what to do? Give them a big hug a bug and tell them how much you love them? Yeah, that's so important. I love that when you guys think about that and doing that every night. It's so important to tell somebody thank you and tell them how much you love them and make them know how much they mean to you too, right? So, you ready to say goodbye together? May you always have kind thoughts. May you always speak kind words. And may you always act with a kind heart. I love you bunches. Now, go to bed. Have sweet dreams. And I will see you tomorrow at school. Bye. Bye. Ah, I love you guys too. I love you too. Oh, Reese even says she loves a Grinch. Reese, I agree. I love the Grinch too. I do. Bye. Bye, Oliver and Gage. Good night, guys.